Ragnarok Ascended is finally here, and boy, is this map beautiful. Ragnarok has always been one of my favorite maps, so I thought why not just hop in to see what the developers have cooked and bring you along with me. Quick note, if I sound weird this video, that's because I'm just a little bit sick. So yeah, the goal for this video is to see all the new things Ragnarok has to offer, beat the brand new Ice Wyvern boss, which is pretty damn tough as you'll see later, explore all the new caves obviously, and last but not least, have a damn good time in doing so. As always, sit back, relax, grab some snacks, grab some water, and enjoy. Oh my god. Right off the bat, the map was incredibly beautiful. I did immediately find one bug though. If you try to remove the fog does indeed disappear, but you get cursed with a blue or a fog thingy on your screen. It's not the end of the world, but looks like shit. So I'll try my best to play without it, even though the fog does get annoying from time to time. With the fog thingy out of the way, somewhat, I started gathering some basic resources, and in doing so, I found a brand new skill tree. From my understanding, you complete missions which range from very easy to absurdly hard to get free skill points. For now though, they could wait in peace as I actually wanted to progress. What the Oh yeah, and this is also the point where like recording me figured out that the blue thing is actually a bug, not an intended feature, so I removed it and killed some dodos. Mi bomba! Okay, I did it, so what now? What do I get now? Nothing? I have to do this. Oh my god. While harassing local dodos with my slingshot, I remembered about the existence of crates on Ragnarok, and unless the devs change them, they should drop some pretty good starter loot such as metal hatchets, pikes, swords and even crossbows. After getting a decent kit from them, I continued bullying dodos as that mission isn't gonna complete itself. Okay, what's next? Boomerang, oh my god. Now, for a boomerang, I needed sand, and as far as I know, there wasn't really any close by. So I set the mission grinding aside for now, and instead wanted to get closer to Blue Obelisk so I could set up camp there for the time being. I'm so dead. No! Oh my fucking god. Again, sorry for the visibility thingy, but recording me really refused to believe that it was a bug and just thought it was from the clouds or some lighting issues, which are very common on Ragnarok by the way. Once I arrived at Blue Obelisk though, I took out some local dial of resources and
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
anyways, coming to Blue Obelisk was also worthwhile as I could check the requirements for Nunantak, the brand new Ice Wyvern boss. To put it simply, he needs the exact same things the Ragnarok duo required in Evolved, so I don't know where to get everything and how to get everything. Unless they change the caves. With that taken care of, I decided that it was time to set up camp, so I spent the rest of the day taking care of that. While getting the last bit of stone for the mission, I ran across some sand. Sand, yo. So I grabbed some of it, turned it into a boomerang, but still don't understand where the sand is being used, but hey, arc. With my brand new boomerang in hand, I continued harassing local dodos and also found a way to get the mission done faster, because the boomerang in the opposite way it was intended to be used. While beating everything that I ran into on the beach, I found a pretty high level Pteranodon, and now, as you might know, the boomerang can knock out things. So yeah. To take the Pteranodon, I gave it primes I harvested from poor baby dodos, and also noticed I completed the first row of missions. Wait, what did I do? How do I go back? What? Wait, what? In doing so, I also got 3 skill points, which means that to get rewarded you only need to do a row, not the whole panel, which is incredible news actually. After looking for the skill points, I settled for Hot Blooded, which increases my natural health regen by 100% per level. Because yes, skill points weren't broken now, so they said,
Okay, the skill points are way too broken. Any solutions? Yeah, what if we actually don't mess with this stuff? Yeah, we should just remove them. Make them upgradable. What the fuck?
After taking care of the skill points dilemma, I built a schmitty, made a metal pickaxe, crafted some spark powder for the mission, and then also noticed that my Pteranodon finished taming. So I took it back home where it would end up sitting for a decent while starting now. As night fell, I made my way to the upper part of the forest, but was night further accessed by a lot of hyenas. So after noticing that, I turned 180 degrees, wished them a wonderful rest of the day, and didn't dare look back. After escaping the hyena gang, I found this.
What is this? Holy fuck, this is so shiny, dude.
Now, since they didn't want to return empty-handed, I grabbed some of it, and only then did I return home.
I'm so dead. GG. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, man.
But also, here's a natural health regen in action, which is really damn good, especially for early game. Holy shit. After I got my stuff back, I found some weird dragonfly. Well, turns out that this is a brand new Drakeling. It has 4 variants, I believe, and each variant gives you a different buff once tamed. But since I've never seen this thing, I applied the classic caveman tactic, bowled it, and since I couldn't do anything with it, and I wonder why, I killed it. After that unfortunate experience, I looked around Blue Obelisk for some metal, but as it turns out, they removed metal from Blue Obelisk. And because of that, I had to settle for local river rocks. And while I'm tormenting the poor river rocks, let me tell you about today's sponsor, StarCraft X. StarCraft X is a hardcore PvPvE extraction shooter relatively similar to Tarkov, but without the terrible performance. Now, don't be deceived by the blocky graphics, as this game is bound to have something for pretty much any player. Whether you are the PvP enthusiast who prefers to go around the map fighting other players, or the chill PvE player that just wants to have a good time and do missions, StarCraft X is 100% going to have something for you. And the weapons? Yeah, they're fully customizable as well. It's also worth mentioning that the game is receiving continuous updates from developers with a future plan of releasing operations as well as many different seasonal events. Now, if you're still not convinced to try it out, I guess I should add that the game is completely free to play and fully multiplayer, which means that by bringing a friend along, or even 2, you're bound to turn an interesting experience into a phenomenal one. And on a final note, by using code SM25BARON, you can receive the following items which are bound to make the early stages of progression just a little bit easier. Again, special thank you to StarCraft X for sponsoring this video, and when you look at that, it seems that I finished harvesting the river rocks. Use the flint and stones I also gathered, I finished my spark powder mission, and then suddenly remembered about the existence of cosmetics. Yeah, and I also decided to bring my piggy bank and buy all these DLCs, but at least the skins are awesome, so I equipped myself with some rags, and god damn, this looks sick. Not sponsored, by the way. With the new armor on me, I felt confident enough to reattempt my mega new research. To increase my chances though, I started dragging a Pego Mestax with me so the bugs can see me from farther away. Afterwards, I continued my journey but had to quickly abandon it since it turned dark and Trudans aren't really easy to deal with in cloth armor. I managed to pull off a legendary clutch and save my ass, but it cost me all my bolus, so the next encounter is gonna be... let's just hope there's not another encounter. Further up ahead, I found some mega neuras, so filled with excitement, I killed them. What I failed to consider, however, were my surroundings.
Now what the fuck do you want from me, man? Bro, eat this guy, man, I want my fucking item, but I'm not living with him. Eat him, eat him, eat him, eat him, eat him! What the fuck, dude?
After returning, not only did the Karnov form a peace treaty with the Diplodocus, but he also ate all the Mega Neuras, leaving me broke and forcing me to escape him. After returning home from this gut-wrenching adventure, at least I could craft flak. Well, one piece at least. Seeing that my attempts at getting chitin failed, I set my sights on taming an actual usable friend, such as a trike. Taming trikes with base movement speed, by the way, is really easy actually, as you can just circle them around and they can't really do anything. While waiting for him to tame, I went up the hill again, but got spotted by hyenas again. While escaping, I ended up at the beach where I stood for a bit, just enjoying the scenery. Oh yeah, this was even better. Holy shit. Yeah, they're doing a good job with the maps, except for lightning. The lightning is so bad, but this looks good. This looks so good. And since I got fucked over by hyenas twice now, I killed some dodos on the beach for hide to make a trike saddle. Then I put the trike saddle on my new friend, and by using him, it was time to get my revenge. Since they had no chance against the trike's knockback, they all ran away like dogs. How ironic, but with the hyenas gone, the upper part of the hill was accessible, so I explored it for a bit, but found nothing of importance except metal. After filling my pockets with as much metal as I could, I returned back to camp, where I crafted the rest of the flag set. And using my new trike, I could also farm a bunch of narco berries for narcotics, as I was going to need them right after I get a Trident on saddle. In the meantime, I also found out that Lost Colony gives you access to some sort of template hammer that allows you to create or build already existing templates. Now, for a tremendously bad builder like me, this should be heaven, right? Exactly. But I'm literally so lazy to build something in this game, it's actually unbelievable. I just want to focus on progressing, but maybe, just maybe I'll build something one day. Today though, I put the hammer aside and returned to the forest in search of bugs. And instead of bugs, I found crystal. Even better. Before grabbing it, I made some parachutes in preparations for my escape, then I grabbed as much as my little hands could carry and used the parachutes from earlier to quickly return home. With the crystal in hand, I went to make a spyglass. Unfortunately, the spyglass requires cementing paste as well. Now, the cementing paste is only 40 keratin, but since meganeuras were removed from the game, I settled to killing trikes. The lone trike though soon turned into 2, and the 2 trikes soon turned into 3. But since I didn't want to lose my guy, I quickly cryopoded him and ran away.
Nah, there's food on this fuck off, man.
Further down the road, I found innocent turtle, and since turtles drop keratin, you probably already know what happened to it. After harvesting it, the alleged improved AI managed to find its way to me and my trike and thought he was the shit. Spoiler alert, he was in fact not the shit. Same for his friend and their baby. While killing a lone turtle on the beach, I also managed to lose my trike. Then I made some cementing paste, turned that into the spyglass and set out in the forest one more time to look for meganeuras, as the spyglass had a very useful feature that enables dinos to have a white outline surrounding them. And within a Sandet's very dense and visually polluted forest, this is a lifesaver. While exploring the forest, I stumbled across the lava golem cave. Right off the bat, this looks phenomenal. However, since I didn't know if it got any reworks or anything of that sort, I decided to just head out, as I'll have to come here either way later in the video. The outside though was nothing short of beautiful. What the hell is that? Dude, that was never there. Oh my days, oh my garden, what the hell is this? Give me meganeura. Give me a scorpion, man. Okay, I know where I can find a scorpion, hold on. As I was walking the beach, trying to make my way to the scorpion zone, I found another drakeling. Now, to tame him, you need a torch. Yes, I searched it up, don't blame me. This one, however, was very busy in killing dodos. Wait, he actually seems very similar to me. Hey, yo! Yeah, well, while he was busy harvesting dodos, he attacked the trike, and because of that I decided to just head out, as there isn't really a way he'd survive that. Also, unfortunately, my expedition had to be cut short, as a pack of Allosauruses were blocking the path ahead. Me bombo. And since I'm on foot, I don't really wanna die. Wait, I can just kill trilobites. Oh, I'm so stupid. Wait. Trilobites, however, were very bit shy in Ascended for some reason, so I had to go deep in the water to kill one, and even when I did kill one, I only managed to harvest him once before he bugged out. Adding this to the counter, I guess. Then on the way back to base, I kept looking and looking for more trilobites, but found absolutely nothing. Bro, just give me one more trilobite, dude! Man, this is so fucking stupid, man. I've spent 2 hours looking for chitin, are you kidding me? Instead of trilobites, the game gave me a replacement trike, but not just any trike though, a level 150 trike. As new trike was taming, I continued my journey of getting kiting. As I was harvesting a dead Carnotaurus, I noticed he had something in his inventory. That something being a journeyman treasure map. Oh, yes, wait, yes, cause I got the... Now, treasure maps were added with Bob Stolten's DLC, and they provide the player with insane loot. All you have to do, besides hitting one and buying the DLC, is make a shovel and go to the marked location. And if the treasure map wasn't enough, the game also said I struggled enough and blessed me with some bugs. Yes! Yes, dude! With the Titan in hand, I wasted no time and returned to my trying trike. His baby also went somewhere. Probably the back rooms as he's nowhere to be found. But hey, at least I got the trike. Back at base I made a Pteranodon saddle as it's finally time to make some big boy progress. First thing I did was turn a lot of my narcotics into trank arrows, and just before leaving, I wanted to make a feeding trough. Out of pure curiosity though, you do see this blue drop, right? But I went over to see what it had, and...
What's he getting? What's he getting? This is the big question. What's he getting? That tastes like promotion!
Before heading out, I grabbed the treasure map as well as a shovel and hopped on the back of my Pteranodon to go treasure hunting. On the way though, I went for the middle of the map, and now as you might know, the middle of the map in Ragnarok has griffins.
Hello, Griffin. Level 90.
On the way back from treasure hunting, I found a beautiful level 135 griffin. In other words, a Mustang. Before that though, I had to prepare. As I was going home, I made sure to enjoy the beauty of this map as well as loot any drops I ran into on the way. Once arrived, the only thing standing in between me and that incredible griffin were 5 gates, as I do have better AI and I wanna try to trick it. With all the required resources in hand, I wasted no time and took my Pteranodon out for probably and hopefully its last ride.
Dude, he's so smart. No, wait, he's in. Oh, close, please. No! Ah, dude, he was in, man, my bad.
After the griffin got low HP, I decided to just wait for him to fall unconscious as the last thing I wanted was him to die. Once the griffin fell asleep, I gave him some mutton and in the meantime killed some bugs and also tamed Argentavis for my future endeavors. Then grabbed some cementing paste from the local beaver dams and then I did pretty much all I wanted locally, so I just waited for the griffin to tame.
Hey yo, we got the griffin. Okay, what do I name him? Why are you speaking? Oh, he looks so good. Oh yeah, now I have speed.
Then I grabbed the RG and set out back to camp to re-gear. Before going home, I took a quick little detour to the new swamp and I gotta say it looks very similar to how the old one looks. They just had the big castle in the middle of it. However, in terms of the new island that they added, it's a pretty welcome addition. It's big, it has decent resources, good dinos, and it's pretty flat as well. So yeah, not that bad of an addition. With the new island explored, I returned home, re-geared, made some more cementing paste, and while I was looking for more, I found a structure that I remembered from Evolved. Now inside, I found a war map. Why is this relevant, you may ask? Well, actually just watch the clip.
Yeah, this is new. These two are new, that's new and that's new. This is... Oh, this is new and that is new. How? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... What? They added 6 new things? Hello, man. Not a good look in the area.
To fix my kiting problems, I killed some scorpions in the Allosaurus spot from earlier. With kite in my possession, I went back home to quickly turn that into... Oh man. To quickly turn that into cementing paste and finish my mission.
4, 3, 2, 1, and... Bang! Bang, there we go. So now I did it. Harvest, this is easy, this is easy. This is also easy.
With my newly acquired skill points, I grabbed increased mount experience gain, which sounds hella broken, and then continue doing easy missions for even more skill points.
Let's see. Tame one herbivore. Easy.
Initially, I thought that abundant taming gave all your dinos a hidden imprint bonus that can stack on top of your imprint bonus. Well, turns out it just gives dinos that you tame an imprint bonus. Not too bad, but not as broken as I imagined it. Actually, hold that thought, because it works on genderless dinos, so that means that you can essentially have an imprinted rock golem. What the fuck? After noticing a serious bump in the mission difficulty, I decided it was enough grinding for now and grabbed mounted opportunities for more extra stamina in a pinch. Then I set out to Green Obelisk again to get another griffin tamed, because believe it or not they have genders now, which means that you can officially breed griffins. Hell yeah. On the way I found a yellow drop with a journeyman pistol. Spoiler, this pistol does come in handy a lot later, as well as some battle tartar, which gives me incredible speed. After he tamed, not only did he have better stats, he also had a 9% stat boost thanks to the imprint bonus skill thingy. During my flight I got to experience a really beautiful sunset. One of many actually, as you'll see later. Back at my city foundations I bred the two beasts up and got shocked, I guess you could say.
What? Aren't griffin mammals?
Yep. I always thought griffins were mammals, but I guess I was wrong. Either way, I hatched the egg in the local puddle, imprinted it, and while it grew, I went out doing more missions. While doing so, the hyenas from earlier made their way to the beach, and in killing them I got another treasure map. Yeah, and the reason I killed them was so that I could get their baby for the immersion mission, but hey, I will not say no to a free treasure map. In the meantime, I was about to change the colors of my griffin, however, yellow looks really shit.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the f.
Anyways, I also realized that he's level 74, which means I can make the Rex saddle, and with that done, I finished my mission. Unfortunately, the next set of missions were incredibly difficult. Little did I know at the time, but this silly little loot 10 green drops mission ended up taking me almost the entire video to complete. Well, at least I had enough skill points to max out mounted opportunities, and after that I left the skill tree alone and went out to explore the map some more. First stop, the treasure cache. And second stop, the Wyvern Trench. Immediately after arriving, I noticed a pretty significant change. That being the fact that the opening is an actual opening now. There's also sunken boat in the cave in the middle that looks pretty cool to be honest, but it has no purpose. While wandering around, I found the level 175 Fire Wyvern egg, so I snatched it and ran away as fast as I could. As I was returning home from that successful heist, I realized that it actually rains so much on this map for some odd reason that it's unreal. I literally played for like 4 days, and 2 of these days it's been only rain, like what the fuck. Back at camp I realized that maybe this spot isn't all too good in terms of localization. So I picked up everything, slammed all my resources in my 2 griffins and set out on an unbearably long journey to a new base location.
Yeah, no, we got this. This just take a long time to get there.
On the way, I found my dear friend, the Pyromane, a very broken dino that I've ended up liking a lot since the last video. And so I have a lot of caves to do later, he will become a must tame. First contender in terms of base was the waterfall cave in the highlands. Well, for some odd reason, something within me just didn't really like this spot too much, despite it being literally unchanged compared to Evolved. Next spot was the brand new Highlands Extension Island, and it had quite a lot of metal and crystal on its rock formations, so definitely a good contender. However, usually when I play Ragnarok, my go-to spot is the desert. On the way though, I managed to outsmart the game. You see, if you log out and then you join back, the game completely stops the rain.
Ah yes, no longer raining, thank you game.
Kind of useless info, but when it rains for like 2 hours at once, it definitely comes in handy. On the way to the desert, I stopped by the Redwood Extension Island, and I gotta say it was pretty barren, but it did have a lot of crystal. With the island out of the way, I arrived in the desert. Also, if anybody knows why this happens, please let me know because I've tried a bunch of things to fix it and I still don't know what causes it. Continuing my journey, I found a sand scuba tank that will more than definitely help me throughout this video. And further up the road, I noticed that they somewhat overhauled the little desert city. And there was already the bridge, I think. First contender for the base location was ruined, as they opened up the whole base location, making it very easy to get assaulted by terror birds and whatnot. Second contender was pretty much unchanged, but I didn't like basing here, especially since there was a bunch of water. Next spot was good. Kinda. Very foggy but good. However, my previous video, actually my next video, I built in this exact spot and it does feel kind of awkward. What do I do in this scenario? Well, I go back out for the desert one more time to make it back to the highlands and build my permanent base over there. The base location was actually wonderful as it had a bunch of beach bacillosauruses that I could harvest for not only a lot of keratin, but also spoiled meat for narcotics and oil for the many industrial buildings that I have to make later in the video. With that taken care of, me and my griffin went to the backside of the island to tame a local Anki, so that I actually had something to farm metal with. Then I used the oil I gathered earlier to construct a fabricator, which I would then use to make an air conditioner. That is, if I actually had some resources to my name. To make electronics, you need silica pearls, and to get silica pearls, you have to go underwater. Sometimes you can also find them in rivers, but I didn't get that lucky this time. During my search, I found another drakeling, lost on the shores of the highlands, and since he was all alone, I thought, why don't I just tame him to see what he can do? So I made a torch, and let me actually just guide you through the taming process. So you wanna grab your torch and then you just wanna wait around him. While you do this, he will randomly say, ooh, a torch, and then he will sit on your shoulder. After that, he's gonna give you tasks. You either have to get harvest XP, kill XP, or crafting XP. You do what he asks and then you feed him. Then you wait and you do it again. However, try your best to not ride any creatures, because if you do, he will think you're cheating and jump off your shoulder. At which point you have to chase him down with the torch again and then resume the taming process. Also, I forgot to mention, but he likes meat, so mutton will do just fine. Kibble, I don't know. Now, picking up the drakeling gives you not one, not two, but 3 separate buffs. First buff is a native biome buff that gives you increased XP and loot quality. The second one is aspect of the summer, which actually, while I've been speaking, you'll literally see them here. The only thing to note is that the drakeling experience buff is very, very good, and there are multiple types of drakelings that you can find across the map, and they each give you a different aspect type buff. Final note, the effect also carries onto your raided creature as if it wasn't strong enough. Where was I? Right, silica. During my search for silicas, I end up back at Viking Bay in the spot where I killed my first trilobite earlier. Thankfully, there were some silicas scattered here and there, but the real deal was down with the Yuri Piripipir. I have no clue how to pronounce this. What's the problem, you might ask? Well, there are a lot of them. Not only that, but one single stick from them is enough to send you into a coma. This, coupled with the fact that you're underwater, is bound to result in you dead. But hey, at least I got some silicas. Next possible spot for silicas I knew was the Wyvern Trench Lake. Now this spot was way better than the last one, and I did manage to collect a decent bit of silica as well as a bit of oil. However, my adventure had to be cut short since a poison wyvern noticed me, and as a result I had to leave as fast as I could. With my newly acquired silicas, I could comfortably make enough electronics for any appliances I'll ever end up needing. And while I was gone, my griffin finally grew, so I gave it a befitting name, and then also found out the drakeling strength. That being, instantly giving your dinos a huge boost of levels. Now, sure, 6 levels is not a lot at all, but you can gather a whole lot more XP than I did here and get your dino like 40 levels in an instant. Besides the XP thing, the drakeling can also deal somewhat decent damage with his abilities, but nothing to go crazy over. Shortly after that, I cryoed the Anki, made an Argent Heavy saddle, and arrived on the tall rock formations to farm all the metal I could carry with my 2 unpaid workers. The Anki could attack by itself thanks to the solo farm mod, so please don't harass my comment section with questions related to mods. Thanks, they're in the description. After finishing that quick farming session, I gathered around 8,000 metal, which is about 4,000 ingots. Definitely enough for a long time starting now. Now, to smelt 4,000 ingots in a reasonable amount of time, I was going to need more forges. So I built exactly that. With my newly acquired metal fortune, I comfortably made a generator as well as an air conditioner. But to hatch that wyvern egg from earlier, I needed at least 2 air conditioners, which is exactly why I used the 100% of my brain and used the air conditioner in combination with the forges to hatch the egg. And while my man was peacefully hatching, I used the trike from the start of the video to harvest the local purple flowers for narco berries, and oh boy was this a great farming location. After being done with that, I imprinted him and then also greatly expanded my narcotic production. With that taken care of, I set out to look for Rexes. However, as I was dive bombing with the Griffin, I ran across this guy. Level 60, sure, but a Giga is a Giga. And if the Giga was enough, I also found this around my base. Since I didn't have any carrots, I killed the parent and took the baby. Why? I don't know, but hey, I found unicorn in Ascended. After knocking him out, I peeked into the local lake and bada bim bada boom, what the fuck. Since the Rex I tranked was a male with somewhat decent stats, I thought that it would be way smarter and better to trank all the low to mid level females that I found and just spray that the newly born Rexes inherit the good stats. While I was out ranking some local females, the male tamed, and boy was he good. Or at least his melee was good. I mean, 45 melee on a non-tech Rex is pretty dang good, right? Yeah, so I picked up both Rexes and went home, making sure to also loot some beaver dams and complete the kill 10 things mission on the way. Once I arrived back to my shack, I built a mandatory Once I arrived back to my base, I built a mandatory refrigerator as well as a Rex saddle, and then bred the new acquisitions together in hopes of getting a baby capable of taking down anything that would dare oppose me. Then I also rebred the griffins in case my current one, you know, dies. And while waiting for those two to hatch, I did some things around the island, such as kill an alpha carno, get annoyed by a stupid dreadmane, which I of course killed. And afterwards, I noticed that Rex finally hatched, and he had the good stats, let's go man. While he was peacefully growing, I took his father out on a walk in the treacherous volcano section of the map for a bunch of chitin and polymer. Once done, I harvested about 3000 chitin, a little bit of polymer and a treasure map. Nowhere near crazy amounts, but just good enough for now, so I threw everything in the Griffin and returned home. Once arrived, I could easily make 4 metal gates. What was I gonna use this for? To tame that Giga from earlier. Using a Griffin for this task though was pretty dang hard, and because of that I had to ask an old friend to help me trap the Giga. After taming the mighty beast, I had a problem. You see, the Giga saddle could be unlocked all the way at level 96, and I just hit 81. So despite having this titan in my possession, I couldn't use him to its fullest potential just yet. So I put the Giga aside and continued exploring the map, as out of the 6 new areas, I've only seen 3. The new areas weren't too crazy besides getting some new and improved visuals. Or so I thought, as the developers have literally added a brand new small island that has Karkinoses. You can officially tame Karkinoses on Ragnarok without needing to go on Aberration ever. Unfortunately, rivers haven't been added, which makes me very sad as a Reaper enjoyer, but whatever, Karkinoses are good enough as it is. The little islands at the bottom of the map had absolutely nothing to offer besides being there for fun. Well, that is if you exclude the sunset. As night fell, I returned home and took my fully grown wyvern for a spin. Unfortunately, I've grown quite fond of the griffin, so I decided to put the wyvern aside and continue doing my business with the griffin. The fire breath attack was pretty good looking though. With a small problem taken care of, I continue going around the map to possibly important points of interest such as the Life's Labyrinth, which has received an unbelievable overhaul, and I can tell this just by looking at the entrance. Still, I had absolutely no business being here this early. While exploring, I thought that maybe I should also kill Spynos for XP since they give a tremendous amount of it and I could get to level 96 in a reasonable time window. While doing this, not only did I get a lot of XP on myself, but I also leveled the Draking's buff, which, by the way, actually I'll just tell you later. After concluding my quick little farming session, I end up with level 87. A welcome increase, but far from the 96 that I need. Back home, the baby Rex wasn't a baby anymore, so I saddled it up, and before thinking of my next move, I went to the local redwoods to grab a beaver with my wyvern. So it wasn't that useless after all. Then I tranked it, did some random things while waiting, and now. The thing I teased like a minute ago. If you use a lot, and I mean a lot of Drakeling XP on creatures, not only will your creature get a shitload of XP, you'll also get a Dragon Horde key thingy. If you thought that treasure maps were broken, just wait for this one. In order to unlock the loot box, all you have to do is get close to it with your Drakeling equipped. No shovel required. Yep. I told you it's broken, and unfortunately I didn't have any time to waste as my beaver was in the process of waking up since I didn't give it enough narcotics. He woke up. To ensure that such thing doesn't happen again, I just stood and watched him until he tamed. With my new friend tamed, I took him to his birthplace to do some minor deforestation. Yeah, okay, I'm set on wood forever. I hope so at least. Also, you might remember the pistol I got earlier. Yeah, well, many drops I looted contained pistol bullets, so I grabbed the two and I returned to Spynos because it's time to not only get more XP for Chris Bumstead here, but also get more Dragon Horde boxes. Is this gambling? Maybe. After a long day of hard work and looting, I returned home but didn't waste any time as I made more ranks and went out to get even more female Rexes tamed. As the faster I can breed up an army, the faster I can finish this challenge. Big profit.
Mi bombo clat.
One of the red drops that I looted also had a crazy Spino saddle. So just for good measure, I thought that maybe I should bring a Spino to the boss. What this means unfortunately is that I have to tame 2 Spinos. Also, I guess I should mention this now, but every time you're gonna see a sudden change in weather, just know that I left the game and rejoined as the rain started pissing me off badly. As the clouds forcefully dispersed, I thought that this was the perfect time to breed all the females I tamed, with one male in typical Ark fashion. And then use my imprinted Rex to explore the local lake, only to fucking realize that I had beavers building giant beaver dams all this time. Like, holy shit, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I robbed them. Then I waited and then I imprinted the new arrivals. While the new batch was doing its thing, I thought that it's about time to prepare for the caves. And what better way to prepare for the caves than to get the most broken cave dino in Ascended tamed. That's right, I want to tame a Pyromane. Taming it was holy shit, like I can't even compare it to last time. That's how easy it was. Especially since I could just kill dying beetles for taming %. I tamed an opposite gender Pyromane, even faster than the last one by the way. Then I put the 2 to breed and waited. In true Ark fashion, I also somehow managed to get 2 babies instead of 1. Don't ask, because I don't know either. With the pyramids growing, my taming spree wasn't over yet, as the salad from earlier needed a worthy creature. So I went over to tame a Spino. 2 Spinos. While decimating all Spinos in my path, I ran into a beautiful level 145 Spino. So I quickly killed his friends and used the metal traps to get him stuck. Then, since he was kinda low HP, I fed him a local Doedicurus so his HP could replenish. And after that, all that was left for me to do was put this bad boy to sleep. Then also tanked the local high level female, and thanks to all the Spinos I defeated, I reached max XP on my Dragon. And upon using this XP, you are rewarded with an Ascendant Cache. It is supposed to have better loot, but then again, it's RNG. After my quick little detour, both the Spinos tamed, so I picked them up, bred them up, and got home just in time to imprint the pyramids. With preparations going fantastic, I also had to grab an artifact just so that I had a feeling of progress. The first artifact, however, as always, is underwater. Because of that, I tamed an Ichi, as well as tab about 13k XP since I thought that you can level up movement speed on dinos. No, I can't level up movement speed, no! Fuck. With the Ichi in my possession and the scuba tank from earlier, entered the ocean right above where the artifact is, sneakily and quickly grabbed it before anybody asked me any questions, and boy am I glad I didn't hang around. Once out of the water, I looted a blue, please keep in mind, blue dragon cache. What the fuck? Back home I made a bunch of grappling hooks and some parachutes, then I leveled up my pyramid a little bit on the local dinos, and with that taken care of, I considered that I was ready to take on the new lava golem cave. As always, the pyramid was hella broken, but one thing that really annoyed me in this cave was the abundance of foliage. Like, you literally cannot see shit thanks to it. In terms of functionality though, the cave is exactly the same, so there isn't really anything to go over. Because of that, I easily made my way to the artifact and grabbed it. Easy peasy. 2 out of 10. By the way, I'm not doing the golem right now, as I don't have with what. But before this video ends, you can bet your ass I'm taking him down. All things considered though, this cave looks actually pretty good. After escaping the cave, I didn't want to leave just yet. Why, you ask? Well, because there's another artifact hidden deep within the forest. This, of course, coupled with Ascendant's incredible love for foliage and useless shit, made finding it stupidly hard. But once I did, I broke the rocks and no artifact. I tried relogging, no artifact. I tried going away, and by away I do mean all the way to the edge of the world, and when I returned, still no artifact. Unbeknownst to it though, I had a special trick up my sleeve, called using commands. 3 out of 10. I do think that it's supposed to be here, but single player always ruins artifact spawns for some reason, whatever. Once I arrived back to base, my Spino fully grew, so I saddled it up and got some levels on it. Despite it not being stronger than my current tracks, he could definitely come in handy for this next pack. The part where I go underwater to kill a Basilosaurus for oil. Finding a Basil though is usually very easy, but for some reason I end up fighting it really fucking hard. So hard in fact that I found Alpha Megalodon before I found the Basil. And killing him also definitely didn't give me max XP on my Drakeling as well as 2 levels on myself. After exploring about 25% of the map and not finding any Basils, I abandoned that idea, returned home, gave my Giga the XP and wanted to set out on a different spot to try for Basils.
Oh man, and it's good because I have to go down there I think. Oh my god, okay, well I guess go there, then go there. God.
Before anything, I did 1 more level for the Giga saddle, so to get the last bit of required XP, I slaughtered some wyverns. Okay, now we're ready to go. Killing wyverns also gave me a lot of XP, so I emptied that into a Rex or Mastercarved box, and with that being said... Give me loot, loot! Loot! Oh fuck, did you ruin my loot? No! What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you can break that? After struggling to find the Ascendant one for a few solid minutes, I realized that it's actually in the Ice Cave. A place that I have to conquer, but in my current stage, that's not going to happen. So I set the boxes aside for now and continue looking for Basils. Spoiler, I found 0. And this Ragnarok does know how to lift my mood up with all these beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Now, since I still did that oil, I was going to get it one way or another. The way I got it was by going underwater to smash some oil racks. A very primitive solution, but if it works, it works. After that I had enough for a grinder. The only thing that was missing were the crystals.
Bim, bam, bam. Holy, that was expensive. Anyways.
Now you might be wondering, okay, why do you even need a render? My dear viewer, remember all the loot I got? I kept pretty much all of it, and now with the render crafted, I can do this. This essentially removes the need to grind any resource and allows me to focus on playing and finishing the caves as opposed to like wasting time farming. And with this newfound fortune, I craft the chemistry bench for gunpowder later in the video. And with that out of the way, let's do another cave. The cave in question being the carnivorous cave. The entrance to this cave was absolutely beautiful. One problem though. Water. Because of this, I returned home to grab the scuba tank and flippers. And now we're ready for the cave. This entrance was painful to say the least. Just to get the cave I had to swim for some solid ass minutes, all while being constantly on the lookout for creatures that might attack me. Thankfully that wasn't the case, and I managed to make it out of the water and into the main part of the cave. And let me just tell you that the difference from this cave in Evolved to this cave in Ascendant is astronomical. They did such a fantastic job with it, it's insane. While looking for the two artifacts in this cave, I found an entrance. One that didn't require me to swim 10 minutes to get to it. Classic. The pyramid gave me a crazy clutch for this cave, as it allowed me to easily get to spots otherwise only accessible by using grapples. Also, one beautiful thing I noticed is that the layout is somewhat similar, or at least the places where the artifacts are. The first one being located in a secret room on the ceiling of the cave. The second artifact wasn't that easy to get, but by using the Minecraft tactic of hugging the left side no matter what, I managed to find it. Upon making it out of the cave, I got the opportunity to see this beautiful sunset.
Oh, sunset. I wanna fight, okay.
The next cave is the Ice Cave, a very cold cave. Okay, no clue why I had to specify that, but you get the idea. In order to comfortably survive the cold inside this cave, you need about 800 cold res. Thankfully, all the fur I had combined with my flak and my pyramid could comfortably pass the 800 threshold. Not to mention I had the pyramid, which gives me an extra 400 cold res, but just for good measure I grabbed some soup, as you never really know. Plus I had a lot of it. With all gear in my possession, I head out to the Ice Cave. On the way, I realized that I left the dragon cache back at base, so I returned to grab it. And for some extra good measure, I also made a full set of fur, as you never really know, and I didn't wanna risk anything. On the way, I got a better pickaxe and also spent a very long time trying to figure out where the cave entrance was. While looking for it, I saw a weird little red thing in the mountain, so curiously I went over to it, only to find out that it was actually leading me to the cave.
Oh, perfect, you weird red thing, you just point me right for the entrance.
The cave had a bunch of drops that managed to bless me with some very good flak. In terms of functionality, is the exact same as in Evolved. Literally nothing changed. So because of that, I blitzed past every room, made it to the boss, waited for its very dramatic introduction, and by using my pyramid, I easily took out the dreadful Iceworm Queen. Upon beating her though, I remembered that I didn't collect the dragon box.
Wait, can I don't think I can call him in, right? Ah, that's so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo the cave then.
Beat the boss spawns 4 red loot crates with very good loot. One even giving me an Ascendant sniper. The main reason why I came here was the artifact, so I carefully entered the unchanged artifact room and grabbed my prize. 6 out of 10. Leaving the cave was also made easier, as the crystal wall wasn't there anymore to get you stuck if you don't have a tool with you. A really smart decision. After making it out, I was very impatient, so I re-entered the cave, went as far ahead as I could, uncovered the dragon cache, looted it, and then I had a problem. I couldn't use grapples to get out of the cave. Thankfully I'm a parkour expert. Once I arrived back at base, I immediately began preparations for the final and hardest cave on Ragnarok and probably Ascendant as a whole, Life's Labyrinth. The first thing I grabbed with me were 2 dinos that I was going to use to escape the cave. Then I made sure to put that sniper I got earlier to good use by making a bunch of bullets for it. Then I found a lot of tinto berries from the local bushes to turn into medical brews. Or at least that was my plan, as the game decided to add every fucking fucking tint of color to the game. Which means that I crafted this abomination.
What? Wasn't 100? Give me 100, bro. What the fuck is this, man? Nah. What the fuck am I gonna do with... Bro, why the fuck did they have the 3 damn fucking colors, man? Oh my fucking god, dude.
Anyway, since I had to wait either way, I thought why don't I just use some of these dyes to color my Dark Lord armor something nicer. So after some incredible brainstorming and testing, I ended up with this.
Oh my god, dude, that looks so fucking cool. Okay, hold on. Holy shit, this looks so good, bro. What the fuck, man?
It did feel like something was missing though, so I colored the cave black instead of white, and boy, does this look better.
I feel like this looks actually... No, this looks way better, dude.
Last thing I did was make a canteen, so I had two just in case I ran out of water, and with all that taken care of, I was ready. Once I entered the cave, I could already sense the rework. And I also found these little guys.
Oh, hello. Okay, there's my damage on this, guys. Okay, let's see damage on you. Yeah, that's good enough, I think.
My main complaint with this cave is that there's pretty much no way for you to figure out how to pass it by yourself. Like, in the first room you have to form a word, D-R-A-K-K-A-R, Drakar. Like, how are you even supposed to think of this word or even know? Like, oh my god. And that's just one example. As I progress through the cave, things will get even crazier. Also, I'm gonna try to keep this part relatively uncut so you can get an idea on how to do it yourself, if you even plan to. After pressing the letters in order, the little boat in the main room is supposed to move. Emphasis on supposed, as you're playing Ark. If it doesn't work, you press all the buttons until it works. After the boat moves, you're stepping into the point of no return, so you'd better come prepared. One more crucial thing to note about this cave is the fact that these little spike things should not be touched at all, or you die. After going forward, this door is going to open before you. Then you have to press 3 buttons in order to open both the left and the right side of the cave. The buttons are very hidden, so yeah, good luck. The first side I did was the right side, as it's harder and also longer. The first part was a parkour in Evolved, and it's also a parkour in Ascended. A way harder one at least. After clearing the second room, I made my way to the third one. This one is very dangerous, but if you just crouch past and not go through the middle, unless you want to get cooked, this room should be pretty easy. Room 4 has you dodging Minecraft pressure plates and pressing buttons, again. Also, if you want to drop in the middle, you have to go around the whole room as it's booby-trapped on all 3 sides.
Jesus fucking Christ to that, holy... Okay, that was 2 heart attacks in 20 seconds. I have to take a break. Hold on. Holy fucking shit, man.
To open the door to the 5th room, you have to press the 4 buttons in the room in a clockwise order. If that doesn't work, repress them in counterclockwise order. And if that doesn't work, then press them again, and welcome to Ark, I guess. Anyways, room 5 is by far the hardest and most confusing room from any cave that I've ever done in this game. But once you get this skipping down, it's actually kinda rewarding. Basically, you wanna get to this spot. If you have a thick chest piece, this part is super easy, otherwise, you gotta lock in, bro. Firstly, you wanna go through the cave. Until you end up in this room. Once here you press these 2 buttons and go in this room. Also holy shotgun, but you see this little button here, right? If you press this, a timer of exactly 1 minute and 20 seconds will start, during which you have to make your way through pretty much the entire section. One mistake though and you have to get back here to press the button again. This is my second example of how in the are you supposed to figure this out by yourself? Whatever, maybe the devs know something that I don't? I have no clue. Thanks to this incredible challenge, I obviously failed my first attempt, but since I care about my viewers, I would highly advise you to bring any sort of speed buffs you have to the cave, such as Battle Tartar, as they'll make your life significantly easier.
Okay.
My third attempt though was a successful one, and just in case you wanna do this cave yourself, here is the whole run.
Yes! Fuck yeah, dude, we did this shit, man. Oh, whoa.
After making it past the time challenge, the right side was officially completed. After continuing, I arrived in the sacrifice room, so I threw out one of those dinos, I grabbed... Oh, I'm afraid there's actually only one way to make it out of here at this point. Oh well, he didn't die, he's immune to fire, I just didn't have a way to get him back. After completing the sacrifice, I was almost at the end. So I pressed some more buttons, dodged a few more spikes, avoided more Minecraft pressure blades and made it to the spirit dino room. All I had to do was assert my dominance on the spirits, and with that taken care of, the cave was completed. There was also one raid drop in this room, and to get to it you have to open a door, and you open it by pressing the button on this guy's head. With the drop looted, I was free to make my way out of the cave, through the sewers. And after reaching light, I could confidently say that I finished half the cave. The other half will be completed shortly, right after I re-gear back at base.
B-R-A-K-K-A-R.
For this side, you'd better bring some scuba with you because you're gonna need it. The first room has absolutely nothing to offer, so do yourself a favor and just keep this room by entering this little crack here and then arriving to the real deal. I must say now, I actually have no clue how I did it, so please do not rely on me to explain how I did this part because I have absolutely no clue. I just press buttons at random until things happened.
Oh, I did it. I have no clue how I did it, but I did it. Okay.
After making it past the button pressing fiesta, I had two ways to go. One was a blatant trap. Like, this room is ginormous with a lonely red rock in the corner. So, what in the world could this be? Totally not a trap, no. Since I didn't want to die, I obviously went the right way and progressed the cave. Past a small hallway, I then found myself in another water room. Here you have to press 4 buttons on statues in a clockwise order. If it doesn't work, counterclockwise. classic arc. Then a door is gonna open that you're gonna go through. Then you got to do some parkour, pass the mast, and once you're done with that, congratulations, you're in the last room. The devs were so lazy that they didn't even add a texture to the floor. Now, don't underestimate this textureless floor as it one-shots you if you fall into it. What you have to do here is press a button and make it to the end of the section before the door closes. Fuck. Oh boy, how do I get back? Wait. Oh.
Okay, no time, go. We have everything. Okay. Well, all I have to do is find the Rex saddle, I suppose.
And with that being said, it was time for the final preparations. My plan was to go to the boss with 17 Rexes, 1 Utranus, 1 Spino, and 1 Pyromane. Since the Rexes were the most abundant, I wanted to desperately get a saddle for them, so my first plan was to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone by killing Spinos for XP and Dragon Caches as well. But I quickly got bored. So I went over to the swamp again to see if an old friend was still there. And after a thorough search both in the sky and on foot, I found it.
Ah. Yes, so it's here, man. I'm better than before.
It's at these coordinates if you want to see for yourself. But wait, I'm getting sidetracked. For XP I tried killing wyverns and they kinda worked, but I got bored again. And on the way to another dragon cache I found the Ragnarok structure name thing, I don't know how to call it, but it had many names. So you best believe I had to search myself on it. I'm not on the list. I didn't manage to find goal, justify, and even grantee, like what is this? I didn't manage to find a lot of known names though, so that was kinda cool.
Damn man, I gotta post more.
The dragon cache, by the way, had broken shit in it again. Yeah, this is definitely balanced. Then I killed more Spinos, got another cache, and this one had 40 rockets.
Yeah, we're going to the rock golem as well. It's 40 fucking rockets just like that. Okay.
It was clear at this point that the game wanted me to do the rock golem desperately, but I wasn't willing to just yet. Nah, just kidding. I was going to do lava golem obviously, but before that I went to do the ice worm queen to put her on cooldown. Also, it's been like 15 hours or so I think, and I finally finished the green drop challenge.
Oh my god, it only took half the video, but I did it, man.
Anyway, Ice Queen. Yeah, I got all this shit from her. So I returned home, grabbed all the rockets and a rocket launcher that I had, and made 2 more so that I could actually shoot all 80 rockets that I had. Then I immediately went to the lava golem to put him to rest. The arena was pretty damn beautiful though, but here goes. Lava golem with rocket launcher. First time in my life. Using rocket launcher as well. The sad part was that I was dealing about 300 damage per rocket. Nice nerf. And I almost blew myself up.
Nah.
Twice.
Nah, what the fuck?
But after running out of rockets, I only got him to half HP. What I do to earn my freedom? I shotgun him to death. It's classic Baron behavior at this point. Like, come on, if you watch my videos you know this.
Okay. Rex saddle. Rex saddle. Bam. Bam.
Filled with excitement, I made my way to the lava golem, clueless of what was about to happen. While spamming F, I also dropped my last pyramid, but thankfully it's immune to lava, so I cryopodded it back. But whatever, elephant in the room. The lava golem dropped absolutely zero loot. No clue if this is a bug or not. I mean, it probably is, but what the f*** wildcard? Come on now, man. How do you mess this up, bro? At least the 4 drops respawns were kinda good, but how the f*** do you mess out lava golem, man? I can't believe this, dude. Jesus. Oh, and top it all off, I have to make it out of the cave in half armor and no pyramid, because you can't cryo dinos in caves. But hey, at least I did the boss, and you got your content, I suppose. Once outside, I returned home, popped a crafting skill potion, and crafted pretty much all the things that would help me with the last part of this challenge. Then I continued doing missions. The first one being harvest 100k resources. Easy enough, right? No. You have to do it on foot.
I need to harvest them myself.
Thankfully, I had a relatively easy way to complete it. After being done with that, I continued quote-unquote grinding missions, as this batch was really easy, and as I was doing that, I found the whale vein. Another new dino that was super easy to tame. You just go to it and press E. It can be enabled as a companion, which allows it to give you various buffs, but he didn't last that long as a direwolf mauled it to death in like 2 seconds.
He died? I think he died.
Then I went out exploring the desert for Tyrannus, and instead of it, I found Alpha Carno, which was actually a thing that I had to kill to complete a set of missions. The next batch of missions was actually kinda annoying, and I didn't feel like dragging on the video with them, so I just said fuck this and focus solely on finishing this challenge. Later in the day I found a high level Tyrannus, so I tranked it on foot because I just am that guy, and waited until it tamed. After which I gave him his signature name and went out to grab yet another dragon cache. Still no Rex Saddle, by the way. As a last ditch effort to get the Rex Saddle, I did a few Iceworm Queens. Since this is a single player, I can just leave and rejoin for her to respawn alongside all the drops in the cave, so this should work in giving me a Rex Saddle. Right? Yeah, I got bored of it and went back home to finish up the Rexes by feeding them a baby each 4 levels. But hold on just a second. Upon depositing my dinos, I noticed that I was lacking a few 5 dinos to be exact, which means that I needed the Rexes to breed 1 more time. With the Rexes growing big and strong, I decided to harass the Iceworm Queen to get my Rex Saddle. And after looting countless red drops during this farming session, alongside the many drops that I looted throughout this challenge, I concluded that the Rex Saddle was not going to happen. I did however get a better shotgun, so I guess that's good, but Rex Saddle, nah. So I went home, waited for the Rexes to grow, and once they did, I gave them all babies for levels yet again. And once that was done, I had a full box, 10 artifacts, 20 dinos, all ready and eager to take down Nunantak. For the fight I grabbed a lot of bullets, obviously, as well as some soup and shadow stick just in case I end up needing to shotgun the boss, like usual. And with having done thus far, it was time to take down the dreadful Ice Wyvern. One final fight. You've been here since the beginning, following my journey, going from an afraid beach bob which got harassed by hyenodons to a conqueror in shining armor. It was time to finish this. Once arrived in Nunantak's domain, I put all my dinos on aggressive while I stood on the pyramid. Since he probably didn't want to land, I immediately began shooting him with my shotgun to chip away at his health bar. Periodically he will also roar, and when he does, a bunch of ice worms will come out of the ground to attack your dinos. They aren't too hard to deal with, but just thought I let you know.
We have death worms. Oh my god, everything's so... level 1, bro, this is so easy, man.
The main issue with this boss is that he doesn't ever land, and to top it all off, he also has a stupidly strong snowball attack that absolutely destroys your dinos. But alas, here goes.
GG man, I avenged everybody for... Oh my god man.
After defeating Nunantak, I could rest easily knowing that the evil has been dispersed, and so I took a final look at his beautiful arena. Oh yeah, and the element reward was actually pretty f***ing crazy. 100 element for Gamma is more than all the other bosses drop, but it's understandable since he's crazy strong. In terms of tech grams, he dropped the exact same things that Ragnarok duo drops in Evolved, so nothing changed there. His flag is also possibly the nicest looking one in the whole game, and the trophy is boring. It's just a standard ice wyvern, a colored ice wyvern. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.